And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. Well, looking at our St. Louis here line, this is not St. Louis, yeah, our Indianapolis to New Orleans line. We only have 3 vehicles on it, and I think it's one of our longer lines because it loops all the way down to here. So I'm going to put a couple more flirts on this, and let's see. It's a red. So we're going to do a red, multiple unit, flirt, and duplicate that. And this is now going to Indianapolis West. So look at that. We have train 100 and train 101. So 100 trains. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna let this one pass first. How many people do we have here? See, we have a full flirt there, but we have a ton of people waiting here. So we're gonna set this Indianapolis to New Orleans commuter. A couple more on that line should go pretty well. I did put one on this line, I believe. Yeah, I did put an extra one on our east coast line here, and I'm not seeing. There's one there. How many people are here? 505, so that'll fill that up completely. It's kind of hard to judge. We got one there, one moving in there, one just left. So I might be able to put one more on this line. So we're going to go to a darker cyan color. And this is going to be Indianapolis to Philadelphia. And that should help that frequency. Now this poor guy over here, the Green Bay line, which is not this one. See, I don't know why these get bunched up like this. I've got plenty on the line. They shouldn't bunch up like that. I really wish they wouldn't do that. Let's see. Green Bay line. I don't know. That might be fine because we have one coming in here. How many do we have on there? We have 3 vehicles on that already, and there's only 3 stops on the whole line. So I think I'm going to leave that one alone. I don't want it to get too saturated. Our fuel should be pretty good. Let's check it. 90%. And we just have some being delivered now. So that might bump that up. If not, we can always add one. But as you can see, the tools and the machines have come up a little bit, which is good. Which means our tools have started to catch back up again. Looks like we got lots of tools in storage, but no machines. So that is difficult. We might need a little bit of plastic in here, and that might boost that up because it looks like it might be using most of the planks for tools, and that is the problem with that. So if we wanted to get plastic up here, just how would we do that? We would need a plastic. First, we would need to pull some oil out of this, and we would need to make it into plastic. And that's a pretty basic, oil to plastic sort of ratio. But this is getting a little bit crowded up in here. A lot of trains, a lot of tracks. Ooh, a lot of food. Look at all that food. And I've looked, and it looks like each one of these little icons on these supplies represents about 10 in storage here. So if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, almost 900. Yeah, there we go, 900. So if you take a glance, there's 10 in a row. So after that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 804. Yep. So yeah, each one of these little icons represents about 10 in the, waiting. So it'll give you a good idea. Now an icon will obviously appear as soon as one. So having one icon here means that there's 1 to 10 in there. So if we look at fuel, yeah, there's 2 in there. And we are way behind. We are delivering so much stuff that we can't keep up with this. So, is there an alternative? I might be able to deliver some up in here. So if I want to upgrade that road there. So if I want to deliver some goodies right in here, how much does this cover? This covers quite a bit. For some reason it doesn't get all of this though. But down here I could do it. Okay, so we've got good coverage there because this doesn't cover everything. This would cover quite a bit in there. I want to add a second line so we can get some more trucks loading in here instead of just having this one stream of trucks in here. So I want to do a new line, set it up to there, and send it down to here. Now, how does that... Okay, that does do it sideways like that. So we're going to make this one orange, and this is going to be Indianapolis Cargo South. Okay, and now we want some trucks. Orange. And even 10. Indianapolis Cargo South. A lot of road vehicles. Unfortunately, I don't think I can upgrade that road. I could upgrade this one. But this one is probably too close to this. Just trying to get these moved over. Industrial Cargo South, we've already got some stuff waiting. Now what does that do? Okay, our sides are still good. Got rid of a whole bunch of those those pedestrians that were walking here. This is going to help move this stuff out. I wish these just moved instead of just sitting and waiting, trying to space themselves out. I wish there was a way to override that setting that says there's no real override. I wish there was, but oh well. So, moving some of that material. Yeah, look at that. We got tools, we've got food. Where's our first trucks here? Let me get rid of that. Looks like they're all sort of stuck in traffic here. Yeah, you know, I really wish in this game there was more traffic management options. It's just so hard to deliver materials when a city gets big enough, because look at all the people. And we got 163 people waiting right here. And there's no like lights, there's no crosswalk signs. I can't put pedestrian paths over the top. I mean, if you combined this game with something like Cities Skylines, some of the traffic management tools that we're doing in that series, it would be absolutely phenomenal. All the different cool things that we could get done. But you have so little control over how the city actually manages its traffic. Unfortunately, it's kind of how we gotta go here. I did start upgrading some of these roads to be better. And you are Green Bay. Near full. How many more do we have? Yeah, for some reason with these flirts, it doesn't look like it's very good at separating them. So, you know, I would have one coming into this station and this station and that station all at the same time. They kind of tend to bunch up, which is unfortunate. As you can see, got another one waiting right here. So we're just gonna pull all the people out of there, and this last train was gonna be kind of derpy. I would like to hook somebody else up with tools. And I think we could do it with Detroit. It's really spread out though. Detroit is got the sprawl going on, and it'd be very hard to deliver like tools to all of the commercial that it needs. If we look at, we had 618, and we could deliver to here, which would cover quite a bit. We could deliver, we would have to add a bus stop down here somewhere where we could deliver. But I'd want to do that with trucks, and that would take a monster number of trucks. It would take a lot. If I delivered to this one, that kind of rules out a lot of that. This one would cover all my machines. Look at all that industrial in there. That would cover quite a few of the machines that demand for those. But right in here, let's see if there's a good spot in here where we'd be able to capture a lot of this commercial. Right in here would be a good spot. Right there would be a good spot too. Get all this stuff over here. And then I have to have another one down here somewhere. Like right here. Capture a whole lot of that. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one over here. Try to capture as much of this commercial as I can. Okay. And over here, we've already got a depot for this commercial. And then this one here is a little different. So I could create a line that drops stuff off here and then comes down and drops stuff off here. Then I could create another line that comes down, drops stuff off here, swings around and drops it off here, and then goes back. That might work. So let's upgrade some roads, because these are still dirt roads. Too much slope. Okay, that's why those are still dirt roads. I'd have to do some major surgery to get that going. So that's unfortunate. Never know which ones of these are going to take. We'll just upgrade everything. Wow, there's a lot of roads that the AI built up in here. It's a shame it doesn't build better roads. Wow, look at them all in here. Got a thin one right up in here. Got a whole bunch of them in here. Okay, that takes care of a lot of those. Now in here. I don't know if this actually affects town growth, but I don't think it does. The city grew so fast. I don't have any bus service way out here. Oh, saving. Okay. I'm going to upgrade that one. That one. Construction not possible. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to add a cargo system. Make sure that we're covering the station. Okay, enough with the lag. See, we are covering it there. I don't need that big of a one, I don't think. Sneak this one right up there. Okay. Add a line. This is going to be blue. So from here, we're going to skip this one. The blue one is going to be mostly commercial. So we're going to go here, and then I don't know why that's like that, but we're going to take this and go here. It'll do a U-turn right there, which I don't really care about right now. So that is the Detroit cargo south. Okay, and the new line from here to, I think, what did I decide? To here or over to here? I think I want to do this one. Oh, and that switches around. Thanks for that. And then over to here, maybe. Yeah, I think I was going to do this one. And this is going to be orange. This is going to be Detroit Cargo North. So that comes down, hits there, comes back around, hits there, and then goes back up for a refill. Now, when you set up multiple vehicles or multiple stops with cargo, it'll pick up cargo and it'll drop some of it off at the first stop and some of it off at the second stop, depending on what the demand is. So if you're really high demand, all of them might get dropped off on the first one, and the second one might just not get anything for a while until this first one is set up. So we're going to want some serious vehicles here, just because this is going to be quite the number of, quite the distance on this. And for speed's sake, let's upgrade that road 62 miles an hour speed limit. All the way up to there. And we're going to go right into town with that. So that's going to be super fast going up and down. So the first one I want is blue. And we're going to leave it open or leave it automatic. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these. And these are all going to be Detroit, Cargo South. Now I want the orange ones, and I'm going to do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fewer because it's less distance. Okay, Detroit, Cargo North. They should automatically update whatever is needed. And we should be able to deliver at least some tools to here, which will start driving up demand for steel and all that kind of stuff, because that just added, if we go up here, the tools and the machines, maybe when the month is up, that should update those numbers a little bit. So I'm going to wait. Let's speed it up a little bit. We're not getting any traffic in there. 34.28. Yeah, 42.39. So that's just increased the demand, and now we're now delivering to this stop here. So you need to kick it into high gear here. So now we're getting some delivery. Now we're getting some movement here, which is what we want. The more, the merrier. Look at all the trucks. They'll space themselves out. I have no doubts. So our first one doesn't have anything in it. It'll help Windsor too, because we're dropping off here, and we're going to be dropping off a little bit over here for Windsor. So get a little coverage with Windsor. Not a whole lot, but a little bit is good. So yeah, Detroit is now going to be getting some tools and machines, courtesy of our new line here, which leaves us one more that we can add for a train to some big city here. I'm keeping my eye on Chicago, but we are kind of really spread out in Chicago. Oops. Not very optimal. Most of that catchment area is residential, so that would be kind of counterproductive. I always look for stuff like this where we got a lot of industrial and a lot of commercial already integrated into that. So how's Columbus tools and stuff? 87%, 55. Yeah, we're going to need to send up some plastic up here. I think we're going to shove plastic right into one of these. We got plenty of space, and this straightaway out here can integrate in with this oil. So I could bring oil up here somewhere, turn it into plastic, and take plastic and shove it right straight in with a minimum of tunnels and bridges. So we might work on that in an upcoming episode. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.